All right. Well, good morning, everyone. We are so glad you're here to join us at Oakview Church. Do me a favor, everybody stand up for me. Find 3 people you haven't said hello to this morning and give them a good Oakview morning.
Well, good morning, church. We're so glad that you decided to join us this morning. We're going to start with a song. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh, God, the battle belongs to you. When all I see is the battle, you see my victory. When all I see is the mountain, you see a mountain move. We'll sing it out. And as I walk through the shadow, and as I walk through the shadows, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees, with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. If you are for me, who can be against me? For Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. When all I see are the ashes, you see the beauty. When all I see is the cross, God, you see the empty tomb. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees, with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. And almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees, with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you.
Are here, moving in the midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you, Lord. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, 'cause Jesus, you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Turn your eyes to the hillside where justice and mercy embrace. There the Son of God gave his life for us, and our measureless debt was erased. And Jesus, to you we lift our eyes. Jesus, our glory and our prize. We adore you, behold you, our Savior ever true. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Turn your eyes to the morning and see Christ the Lion awake. What a glorious dawn, fear of death is gone, for we carry his life in our veins. And Jesus, to you we lift our eyes. Jesus, our glory and our prize. We adore you, behold you, our Savior ever true. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Turn your eyes to the heavens. Our King will return for his own. Every knee will bow, every tongue will shout, all glory to Jesus alone. And Jesus, to you we lift our eyes. Jesus, our glory and our prize. We adore you, behold you, our Savior ever true. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Jesus, to you we lift our eyes. Jesus, our glory and our prize. We adore you, behold you, our Savior ever true. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Oh Jesus, we turn our eyes to you. Amen. You may be seated. Let me say welcome to Oakview Church this morning. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Robbie, and I have the privilege to be the pastor here. We say around here we exist to see people follow Jesus so that families can flourish for the glory of God for generations to come. We desire to see you follow Jesus, and we believe that you can flourish here when you are rooted in the Word, steadfast in prayer, when you grow with others, live on mission, and give cheerfully. We really have this opportunity to flourish together. And as we start out the year 2025, I could not be more excited about what I believe God is doing in the hearts and lives of not only our people, but even just more specifically your pastor. I really do believe that God is just creating a new and steadfast spirit within me of ministry and of vision and of what God is desiring for His church and His people. And so might it be so in Okeechobee as it is in heaven, because we are in hard pursuit of what the Lord would have us do for His mission and His glory. This morning, we are in our second week of our Living Stones series. I could not be more excited. Last week, if you were with us, we had a great Sunday as we talked about Joshua and the Israelites. They had just crossed over the Jordan. They had made it to the Promised Land. And what do they run into? An obstacle, right? The reality is, I think sometimes we think we're going to make it to the Promised Land. We're going to arrive in life. And then all of a sudden, we're hit with an obstacle. But the reality is God has a plan for every obstacle in our lives, right? There's a truth that we can see the walls fall in our lives when we will ultimately submit it to His will, His way. When we want to do it ourselves, sometimes those walls seem to just get taller and stronger. But when we really will submit it to God's way, marching around the walls doesn't seem like a really great plan of action, and yet it was what God had set out for His people to do. And when we do it God's way, He allows the walls to fall. This morning, we have the privilege, you have the privilege as well, of hearing from one of my heroes. Now, I don't get to say this. This is actually the first time, so I was getting emotional when I was even praying this morning. I have not had the privilege to be able to introduce one of my heroes as a pastor of the lead pastor of a church. I've been able to have some of my heroes as a student pastor, but never to the people that God has called me to shepherd. And Dr. J. Strack is one of my heroes in the faith. I have known him since 2002 when I was young and sprightly. I'm still sprightly, I guess, but I had more hair. It's hard to believe, right? It was out of control. And he was gracious enough to see a young man, a young boy, I should say, that really, he continued year after year to just point me out, and he said, God's going to do something with you. And I'll never forget it, because he could have said that to everybody, and it probably would have made the same, but it made an impact in my life. And we had multiple years of just being able to continue to build a relationship to where we are today. I think 20-something years later, and I mean, Dr. J, you look great for being 60. I mean, it's incredible. 55, I can't remember what it was. So however long. So I mean, 45. See, he'll pay me back for that. But no, I really am so thankful. He's one of my heroes of the faith, and you are going to be honored. Dr. J started a ministry. It was in the late 90s, I believe, Student Leadership University. And I believe that it may have one of the greatest impacts around the world. I believe it because it is pointed at the heart of teenagers. And they have had countless thousands of teenagers go through this ministry. And I said it last week, and if you weren't here, you didn't get to hear this. But I believe I am who I am today in large part because of the ministry of Student Leadership University. I'm the man I am. I'm the husband I am. I'm the father I am. I'm the pastor that I am because of what I learned as a 15-year-old boy. And I'll never forget some of the sayings. There comes a time when the little boy has to sit down and the man has to stand up. They said, back when I was a 15-year-old, they said, we want you to go through this because we believe that if you will pay attention and lean in, you can receive a 20-year, Pastor Jay used this big word for us teenagers, quantum leap. Okay, that was before like Quantum Mania and all that stuff came out with Marvel, right? But a quantum leap into your, and I believe, truthfully, I remember looking around at my peers as 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, and I'm thinking, why is everybody not on the same page?
And that truthfully, I really believe it was because of the leadership principles that I learned from Dr. J. There's one that I still apply today. You'll be the same person you are. Every one of us can apply this. We'll be the same person you are 5 years from now, except for the places you go, the people you meet, the books you read, and the things you memorize. You'll be the same person 5 years from now, except for those 4 things. And I thought, man, if I can continue to just continue to grow in those areas. I mean, I truthfully think 5 years ago, I didn't even know. I knew about Lake Okeechobee. I didn't know about the city of Okeechobee. I mean, God has done an incredible work in my mind, in my heart, in my life, and that's just 5 years ago. And I think, man, what is it that God wants to do through his people? And I really believe that if you will lean in, you're going to be immensely encouraged by this man of God. And so I'm so excited. I could not be more. I'm a little giddy, okay? I got to spend 30 minutes with him in my office, and I just love Dr. J. And I'm so thankful that you came of your time. He lives in Orlando. He is busy as busy can be. He goes around the world multiple times a year, and he's chosen to be with us here this morning. And so I'm so thankful. We're going to sing one more song. I'm going to pray over the tithes and the offerings as they have been received. And then we're going to have a little bumper video, and then Dr. J is going to come up. But can you just do me a favor before he comes up, because I won't have the opportunity to do it as I introduce him. Can we just thank Dr. J Strack for coming this morning to Oakview Church? So I'm going to pray for us, and then we're going to sing one more song, and then we'll open God's Word. God, thank you so much for this morning, and I just thank you for the opportunity to be the church gathered, that we really are plan A. God, you didn't have a plan B. You have created the church to be the mission force for your kingdom's sake. God, I just pray that as we are walking through the beginning of this new year and this idea of living stones, looking back, remembering the good times, remembering the tough times, but also looking forward for all that you have for us and all that you desire from us. God, might it be so that we would look back at the victories, look back at the tough times and say, God, you were faithful and you provided. And would we look forward and say, God, you have a mission and a calling for us to walk in. And won't we be faithful to that? And God, I pray that you would just bless the tithes and the offerings as they have been received. God, we know that you can do exceedingly and abundantly more than we could ever ask or think with what has been given today. God, might we just continue to be faithful stewards of what you have entrusted to us. God, I pray that as we sing one more song and then as your word is opened by the man of God, I pray that you would just speak mightily this morning. God, that you would hide Dr. J behind the cross, that it be no boasting of the flesh, but that Christ will be magnified in this place this morning. God, we give this service to you. We worship you. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Won't you stand as we sing one more song? I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. We'll sing that again. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you've been faithful. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. We'll sing, I love your voice. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night.
You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
Man, that was the fastest offering I've ever seen. Visitors are going, hey, I like this place. Oh, no. Well, it's a privilege to be here. I know you expect me to say that, but it really is. My first church was in Immokalee, Florida. Now, yes. Oh, it even started off better than that. But as a young guy, and I'll share just a moment of my testimony, but I have to tell you about, Immokalee. If my Seminole Indian is right, Okeechobee means big body of water. Like, hello, big body of water. Immokalee, Seminole, if it's my memory's correct, means you can't get there from here. All right? I don't know why, but I thought folks in Okeechobee would appreciate that. Man, I am blown away by your campus. I'm blown away by the Spirit and what all the Lord is doing here. And I'm a big believer that God longs to do something right here, right where we are. And I look out and I see a lot of men here, Pastor, and that thrills me. Now, obviously, ladies, you have church without ladies, and the men wouldn't be here without So anyway, when I brag on the men, it's really a shout out to you. But it's exciting when we get a glimpse of how God could take us and do things that would blow our mind. If you have your Bible, I know some of us have it memorized, but if you have your Bible, I want you to turn to the book of Exodus, if you would, please. I love just to remind us, and it helps me to remind. You know, Genesis means beginning, origin, how we got here. And remember, this little piece of rock is very significant. 1 degree closer to the sun, we're a Pop-Tart. 1 degree further from the sun, we're a popsicle. NASA calls Earth the blue marble because they've seen thousands and thousands of images from satellites, from different angles in the universe, as well as our own astronauts being able to view Earth. We are the blue marble. This is a living, teeming planet. And every square inch God has a plan for. 1 tablespoon of ditch water next time it rains. We're Florida folks, so it'll probably rain on the way out today, right? But next time you have a little standing water, I know all of us have an electron telescope in our home, but do you know if you got 1 spoonful of ditch water anywhere on this planet and put it under an electron microscope, it's teeming with life. So Genesis is a big deal. It's the beginning. It's how we got here. Exodus is a big deal because it kind of reminds us what we're capable of, which is sometimes pretty scary. Turn our back on the Creator, do our own thing. If it feels good, that looks good, she looks good, he looks good, here's a shortcut. I don't need to, and we see the struggle. And one reason you know the Bible is without error and has got a divine author, because if you or I were writing a book about our story, I think there's some stuff we'd leave out. Amen and FM? You read Exodus, you find out quick, you go through Genesis. So I say to the young people, Genesis is the beginning, but the word Exodus means how to get out. We have exit signs. You go to a movie theater, you go to a stadium, you go to an church auditorium. Everywhere we go, there has to be an exit sign, the way out. So Exodus is the way out of the mess that man continually keeps getting themselves into. Leviticus, that's an exciting book to read. Pastor, I can't wait for that series when you preach that verse by verse. Please let me know. So, but anyway, just kidding, Lord. We know every word counts. But Leviticus is help me Rhonda time, right? But all Leviticus is, Exodus is getting us out of Egypt, but Leviticus is getting Egypt out of us. And so as we look at this story in Exodus, and you'll know it well, it's the Red Sea. I've been privileged to teach everything in the book of Exodus while in Egypt. When I say everything, every significant point. So when you read about where the children of Israel were, or something happening in the Nile or the Red Sea, I've been privileged to be there many times. In fact, we just had 1,004 students, Pastor, go through 101 and 201 in Egypt in August. And we've been privileged to do it all over the world. And I'm in big demand at my own events. People go, man, you are so busy. I can't help it, man. Every one of my events, I'm a big deal. So I have to start my own event, but that's beside the point. In Exodus chapter 14, we find the children of Israel in guacamole. The message is out of a book that I read, a fascinating book your pastor has. It's called The Red Sea Rules. I like that. There's some rules we can learn about what happened before and then when the Red Sea parted and what happened afterwards. The Red Sea Rules. And one of the things that I have to always do is please understand, I know what it's like to be in the same spot where the children of Israel is, where the children of Israel find themselves at that time. If you have a pen, pencil, lipstick, or mascara, I'm going to ask you to write down a couple things, because this is a perfect phrase. What do you do when you don't know what to do? And isn't it interesting that some of us who've been here for a while, we think we've seen just about everything. We've been through just about everything. We've gone through some things, Lord knows, we never want to see again. But what do we do when we don't know what to do? Every man faces that. Every woman faces that. Every family faces that. Every one of these beautiful children will face that. Every teenager faces that. What do you do when you don't know what to do? Where do you go when you don't know where to go? Who do you turn to when you don't know? And so much of our life, it seems like, we're kind of groping and reaching. And the exciting thing about this story, the Red Sea and the children of Israel, it reminds us that wherever you are, God has a plan for you. And that's not just preacher talk. That's a fact. Wherever you are, whatever you're going through. I was born in Orlando. My dad was a war hero under Patton, captain in the Hell on Wheels Armored Tank Division. And, man, he saw things that were unbelievable. My father played ball at the University of Florida. My father graduated with honors. My dad was all that. Just a small problem, though. He started partying. He started drinking. And pretty soon he had a drink, and then pretty soon the drink had a drink, and then pretty soon the drink had the man. And my dad, and I'm very proud of him because he was able to turn his life around towards the end, his last 15 years, and did remarkable things, which lives up to being the hero. But for time's sake, I just want you to know, I grew up in an alcoholic home. I grew up with the police being called. I grew up with things happening. And I went through 6 of those by the time I was probably 12, 13. I've had that many stepdads, and then others that I told were being auditioned. And so I know what it's like to be physically abused. I know what it's like to be put in detention centers as a young kid. I know what it's like. I've been busted 6 times. I'm a joy. I know you're glad you came today, aren't you? And that was my life, trying to find life somewhere. I didn't know what to do, didn't know where to go. And I didn't need a Pharaoh cracking a whip and a Pharaoh trying to throw me in a pit. I just seemed to be gifted at doing that myself. So I've been in the moment where I had no clue what to do. And I'm in a detention center. I'm in solitary. I look out this little window, and there's a full moon, and the window hadn't been washed in forever, and because it's solitary, there's no one around. You're in a building all to yourself. And I look at that, and for the first time in my life, I said, God, are you even there? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I said, dude, are you paying attention? Do you even know is there a God? Why don't you tell anybody? Why don't you send somebody? If you're all that, people ought to be taught. Where that came from, I don't know. About a day and a half later, I was let go months early from the detention center, and I could have either hitchhiked to go to school or go to the beach. And I went to the beach, and sitting on a surfboard out of nowhere, a guy paddles up to me and said, Jay, I know you. I'm a couple years older than you. I just want you to know, the Lord told me to tell you. Now, I'm going, do. I mean, the Lord told me to tell you, he does see you, He does know you, and he does care about you. And I know I'm not much, but he wants you to know there don't be people to let you know. And I went back to school. Our school had been called Marijuana High by Claude Kirk. He even put a sign out front, high school. You know, embarrassed us all. And you'll get that about halftime of the ball game. But I want you to realize that while at school, the Jesus movement had been going on while I was in the detention center. And for the first time in my life, I was exposed to the good news of Jesus. That if God be for you, who in the world could be against you? And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, that Jesus died for us and shed his blood for us and was buried. And I never heard anything like it. I thought, man, they're all tripping, right? And after several nights, I get invited, and if the certain right person invites you, hello, you know what I mean, guys. And I felt led to go to the Bible study. And I had totaled my car, and I won't bore you with all that. So I had no car, no license. I'd been told by my school, you're not going to be able to graduate. I mean, I'm a ball of potential. I'm a catch for just about anybody, right? But anyway, my hair is it's still long, but it had been cut several times in the detention center. And so that night at a Bible study, I heard the message that was too good to be true. But it was true. And I learned, if God is for me, who can be against me? And if God's for me, what drug or power or worry, and that night, when I saw other young people raise their hand and then stand to give their heart and life to Jesus, it gave me the courage to stand. And that night, Jesus stepped out of heaven, came into my heart. I went home, got rid of all the drugs in my home. The rats were high in the sewer for weeks. It was people were going, what's going on? But so I got clean, and I started living for Jesus. And the school said, you can't graduate, but if you want to come, as long as you don't cause any trouble, if you really are changed. But make a long story short, I think the teachers all got together and said, there's a change in Jay, and why don't we encourage him? He can go on. If not, he'll be back next year. This is just a working theory. But however it was, God moved on their hearts, and I was able to graduate. Pretty soon, because I have a big mouth, I got to be one of the leaders in the Bible study. And I met this beautiful girl, Italian girl, Catholic girl, who loved the Lord. And she had a great family. Everything I never had, never really even understood. And it wasn't long till the Lord put us together. It's been 51 years now. So I like to say to the devil, your mama. But you know what I'm saying. Is that appropriate? I mean, I am close to home, Okeechobee, Fort Myers, and Immokalee. Cousin at least, right? But Jesus changed my life. And I just say to you with all my heart, if I could take him out of my heart, put him in your heart for 5 seconds, you'd be the first one to stand this morning. And some of us, that's not our way. It's not our thing. Some of us have not ever come forward and said, I want to give my heart and life to Christ. Maybe come forward and knelt, and a man be able to pray with you, man to man, or a lady, heart to heart. But I just want you to know, when you experience, and so here are the children of Israel, and they've been abused by Pharaoh. You know the story. They'd suffered the whip. They'd lost decades of their lives. They were so fragile it was scary. And God raised up Moses. God called Moses. God performed the miracle. And they were granted their freedom. But then all of a sudden, while they think they're on their way with no more problems or hassles, they looked up and the Egyptians were following them. I want you to look, if you would please, at verse 20 of chapter 13. And we're cutting through a lot of the story, but for time's sake. In verse 20 of chapter 13 of the book of Exodus, it says, "So they took their journey from Succoth, and they camped in Etham at the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by a pillar of fire to give them light by day, and a pillar of fire to give them light by day, and a pillar of cloud to lead them by the way in the day. The Bible says, verse 22, he did not take away the pillar of cloud by day or the pillar of fire by night from before the people." So God led them with his presence. Why the cloud in the daytime? They're in the Sahara Desert to help block the sun. Why a pillar of fire at night? So they can know where to go. They can see. And they're being pursued by the Egyptians. Now, they were singing songs of victory. They were, man, it's over. Here we go. But look at chapter 14, verse 1. "And now the Lord spoke to Moses, and he said, I want you to tell the children of Israel that they turn and go camp before Pi-hathorah and Megil, right opposite of Baal-zephon." So what does all that mean? He said, look, there's a little tiny place of nothing that's got a hard name. There's another one over here that's got a hard name, but nobody's ever, so these little tiny dots, if you will, insignificant spots in history, but God specifically tells them where to go and to camp. And then it says this, God said to Moses, "For Pharaoh will say, the children of Israel, they are so confused, the land is crowding in on them, and now they've gone and they're trapped." And so Pharaoh will say, because his heart will be hardened, that he will pursue them, and he doesn't understand that I'm going to gain honor over him and his army and all the Egyptians, so they may know that I am the Lord your God. And by the way, the children of Israel did what God told them to do. And by the way, God did what? What he promised to do. So Red Sea rule number 1. Right now, wherever you are, God will get you out. God has a plan. My wife's had cancer. My wife's had heart issues. I've got a daughter. I loaded her wheelchair, electronic wheelchair, before I got in the car to drive here early this morning. We got a big spine surgery coming up. I'm not saying it's, hey, every day's honey. But I'm telling you, every day is, and the Lord says. Jay, Diane, Missy, we're good. I'm here. I've never had to worry about the doctor bills because somehow, some way, only God. Never had things that, so I just want to be straight up with you. I'm this kid that had nothing, and everything I have today is just me the best I can, trying to be obedient to the one who changed my life. And it's an incredible journey. But you've got to take that step. You've got to be willing to trust him. So the first rule of the Red Sea, wherever you are, God has you here right now, or your time of life. Man, I'm 70. Hello. My prayer is Jesus will just come before I lose all my hair. That's my prayer. And that means he's on his way, so you better come forward and get right now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the second rule you have to know is what to do when you feel the squeeze. Notice what happens in chapter 14. Let's begin, if you would, in verse 8. "And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. He pursued the children of Israel. The children of Israel went out with boldness. They went out with a high hand. And the Egyptians pursued after them. And all the chariots and all the horses and all the army marched after them and overtook them." So they've got the mountains on this side. They've got the Egyptian army, by the way, the most mighty army in the known world at that time, and largest. And then there's the Red Sea. You talk about being in a tight spot. And listen to this. And the children of Israel that began the journey with a high hand, the King James says, right? Praising God with boldness. They began their journey trusting God, thanking God, believing God, praising God. And now, and I don't think we can judge them too harshly, it's not looking good. And so now the children of Israel, what does it say? It says that when Pharaoh drew nigh, they lifted up their eyes. The Egyptians were marching after them, and they were very afraid, and they cried out unto the Lord. But who'd they say it to? To Moses. It's a joy being pastor. They have a bone to pick with God. Where's Moses? Where's he at? Right? Now notice what happens. Listen to this phrase. Moses, they're crying out to the Lord. They say it to Moses. Is it because there's no graves in Egypt? Huh? Now think about that phrase. What's the one place on the planet synonymous with tombs, burials, embalmments, graves? It's Egypt. Did they run out of place to bury people, Moses? So you drug us out here? So we'll be killed and be buried out here? And so they're now afraid. They're now crying out to the Lord. They're saying it to Moses. And why have you dealt this way for us? And by the way, Moses, didn't we tell you in Egypt, leave us alone? Can I give you a Hebrew translation if you got anything that'll write? You may want to just write it in your margin. And I'm not trying to show off here, but it's literally, liar, liar, pants on fire. If you'd write that down in the margin of your Bible. They never said, oh, we like it here. We want to stay here. No, forget that stuff. The promised land, look at what we got. No, they never said that. But now they're saying, didn't we tell you, Moses, leave us alone? So they've now turned against the Lord, and are now obviously turned against Moses, God's man. And then they say this, for it would be better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. The children of Israel said, let's go back. You have three choices in every situation today. Number one, you can go back. You can just go back to whatever. That's an option. Number two, look what it says. It says, and Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you'll never see them again forever. The Lord's going to fight for you. Hold your peace. Now, that sounds like Moses' a pretty strong word. There's only one problem. The next verse. The children of Israel said, we're going back. Moses said, stand still. Let's just wait. Stand still. Let's just stay where we are and wait for God to tell us something. But then the Lord, look at verse 15, said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this a long time. Some of us in this room have been doing life a while. We've led in our own ways, our own fields, our own expertise. We're in different places spiritually in many ways. But guess what? We have a choice. And when I hear of churches that have a dream and they get started and there's this revitalization, I love the word flourishing. What a beautiful term, biblical term. What a beautiful term you hardly ever hear anymore. And what does it take for there to be a flourishing? It's when the people of God say, you know what? As long as I'm here on this earth, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to be faithful. Let's go back. Oh, no. Moses, stand still. No. The Lord said, tell the children of Israel that they go forward. And let me save 20 minutes by telling you, guess what? The army was no more. Because when they parted, when the Lord parted that Red Sea, they all were told, ordered, follow him. And it's one of the great moments. And by the way, you'd be surprised how many versions of that are in a lot of different cultures that they've heard that story. So I know what it's like for the sea to part. I know what it's like to have some things go against me that weren't my fault. I also know what it's like to have the unique ability to make things 10 times worse than they needed to be, right? So I've been there. And where I didn't know, I just knew I didn't want to stay in Egypt. I didn't want to stay in Egypt. And one day, the Lord said to this long-hair hippie nobody wanted, I love you. Jesus died for you. He's alive. And if you'll open the door of your heart, I'll step out of heaven and come live in your heart. And that's been, well, that was 1971. I gave my life to Jesus. And so the kid that nobody thought would be married more than a year, we've just had our 51st. Diane, pray for her. She's been waking up with her left arm black and blue. And you know, if you've ever had it, that's kind of scary, right? But then they realize it's because she just pinches herself. She can't believe she gets to still be married to me. And but well, Lord, I thought it'd be all right to say that, right? But so, all I'm trying to say is, this stuff's real. Living stones is something you got an opportunity to be a part of. And you know what? I'm kind of at the stage of my life right now where, you know what? I want to do things that are going to last. I want to be a part of things that I can look at and know God told me to do it, and I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to keep doing it till I can't do anything anymore. And I think that's what's so exciting about what God's doing in your church. I drove up and saw the property. I couldn't believe it. And I'm telling you, your pastor talked about two things: his family and you. That's all we talked about. What God is doing and what God's going to do here. So I'm obviously excited to be here. Certainly excited to reconnect. But also, more than that, I know there's some men in this room. We need to give our life to Jesus before it's everlastingly too late. There's couples that may want to come together, families, there's ladies. I don't know if I'm saved. Find out. This is a no-so salvation, not a hope-so. Not I'm going to do my best and hang on. No. It's a no-so. I want to know that I know that I know. Right? Are you with me? Right? And God gave his word. And I promise you today, I think you sense God's at work here in this place. But you know what there's only one thing to make that better. For you to let God do what he longs to do in you. Let's bow our heads. Lord, before the pastor extends this invitation, I know you've seen hearts. I know you know what's in the minds, what's going on in the private parts of our life. And I ask you, Lord Jesus, let us be like the children of Israel, where they got their boldness and they said, I'm going to follow the Lord. I'm going to go forward with the Lord. And Lord, I pray your will be done in every man, every woman, every family, every young person in this room.
With every head bowed and every eye closed, nobody's looking around. If you're here this morning and
Say, Pastor, I recognize for the first time that I'm missing something. Christ is not Lord of my life. Not asked Jesus into my heart. I love how Dr. J just said, it's not a hope so, it's a no so. And if you don't know Christ as Lord and Savior, if you're not a follower of Jesus, we invite you this morning. There's two different ways you can respond. One, you can grab the Connect card in the seat back in front of you. You can fill that out and check the box that says, I want to begin to follow Jesus. And one of the pastors here on staff, we will contact you this week. We would love to be able to introduce you to who Jesus is so that you can begin to follow Jesus, so that you can flourish for the glory of God for generations to come. But your other opportunities, you say, Pastor, I can't wait. I can't wait to have a phone call this week. I gotta know now. I gotta have this conversation. I need to ask Christ in my heart now. I'll be right down front. There's nothing more that we would love to do than to introduce you how you can begin to follow Jesus. Maybe you're here this morning and God has just convicted you of something. You have been submitting to a life that is not ultimately following after the Lord. You've been settling in areas where God desires to do more. Whatever that conviction may be that God is leading your heart and life to, won't you respond to that this morning? These are holy moments that God puts in front of us for us to be able to respond to. And so my desire this morning is whether it's in the seat back that you sit in, or it's in the chair, or you can turn your chair into an altar. You can find these stairs up front, and you can just turn these stairs into a place where you can just confess, God, I've not been living the way I should, or maybe there's a specific sin that only God knows, and He's pinpointed it in your heart. And it could be as simple as, God, I just haven't been trusting you the way I need to be trusting you. It could be as deep as, God, I have this problem that I know that I need to confess and I need to get right with. Whatever it may be, God desires to hear from His people. God desires to hear from you. God wants you. The enemy will say, oh, just brush it to the side. That you can know that it is only the Spirit of God that is going to draw up and draw out of your heart and your life a point of confession, because confession brings us to our need. It brings us to the need and the hope of Christ. So this morning, if God is drawing in your heart something that you need to confess, won't you confess that? Maybe you're here this morning and you don't have a church home. Oakview is a great place to call home. Maybe today is the day that you say, I want to learn more about membership. You can grab that Connect card in front of you. You can check that box that says, I want to learn more about becoming a member at Oakview. And we would love to follow up with you about our process of membership. Whatever it is that God is leading you to, maybe it's a first step of obedience in your salvation. You need to be baptized. You need to walk in faith as God has called us to be baptized. Won't you respond as the Lord is leading you this morning? We're going to sing one more song, and we're going to sing about the goodness of God once more. Don't miss these opportunities to respond in worship. If the Lord has spoken to your heart this morning, what I love about singing a song here in just a moment is that we get to respond and rejoice in the goodness of our God. And so won't you lift your voice in worship this morning as we have the opportunity to sing. God, we give this time of response to you. Thank you for the man of God that brought the word of God, that we as the people of God and those who are not yet amongst your people, God, might you save somebody this morning, God. Won't you draw those who are saved, God, to a greater understanding. Draw them near, God. Those who are far from you, God, won't they draw near? God, we love you. We give this time of response to you. It's in Jesus' name that we pray.